So hello and welcome to the channel, welcome to another Assetto Corsa Competizione video. We're here in the Mustang at the Nordschleife, and I've literally recorded this video and not pressed the capture button once again. So we're just going to watch the fastest lap that I've managed to set here. I was actually trying to catch the Ferrari Ghost that I'd set from a number of weeks ago now, hitting a 8:10 at the Nordschleife, and I literally went through so much during this video so it's hard to really talk through it again. So yeah, I guess we're just going to watch the lap on board and then we'll quickly look over the setup. It is a very different car to drive, I think, the Mustang. It's quite understeery, but it's got so much torque, such a good top speed that we're able to run a fairly low downforce setup, especially at the rear of the car. It does struggle, you can see it struggling in areas, but when you get this thing on the straights, it just pulls away from everything, I think. Hitting probably 282 down the straight, and as you come up and over the rise, we're getting to like 286. So it does feel pretty good. I think you're going to be overtaking a lot of things in this car. I'll say it early on because I've already said it in the last video. If you haven't yet subscribed, please do hit that subscribe button. Very close to getting 5,000 subs. Would be great to pick those up in the next couple of days. Feels like such a long time reaching 5,000. But thanks to everyone that does come back to the channel. I really do appreciate all the comments that people leave as well. Feels beautiful through here as well. Probably one of the best cars through this section that I've driven. Seems to handle the curbs here and there quite well. Initially I really didn't think it was going to be a good car to drive this, but it has surprised me. So probably could have carried a bit more speed through there, a bit hesitant on the entry. I think a lot of good drivers still carrying 240 kilometers through that entire section. Still yet to break into the sub 10 second laps, 8 minute 10 seconds. But definitely feels doable in this Mustang. I think purely because you can run so little rear wing. Very similar, even running high wing, it still feels really good. I think the whole idea of running such a low wing really is to give it some more competitive edge during online races. You start running high wing and the areas really where you can overtake, you can't really overtake because you're at a very similar speed to the other car. So to be able to run a lower wing definitely is a benefit on this circuit, especially for the cars that seem able to do it. Much more confidence through this section as well than the Ferrari setup that I did. Always trying to stay really tight through there. Huge sea of trees. Pity I'm not able to run it at max graphics. You can see very low frame rate on the mirrors, foliage, all the bloom as well. All these things are so taxing on the GPU. GPU really is maxed out on this game, the RTX 3050. So yeah, usually coming up here in the Ferrari you're looking at 254, so really pulling up the hill. Always scary coming through here, just managing to hold on to it, then skinning my teeth through there. I'm trying to really tuck in through there as well, loads more grip on the rear. I think the line that seems to get developed isn't really the fastest line, and always wanting one wheel at least on the flat section through the corkscrew, the carousel. This is probably the trickiest section for me really. Through here you just seem to hesitate and then get on the power, then off the power. Really not wanting to get through the corner, anything like that. There's definitely lost maybe a second through there. Car getting very sideways. Probably would be quite nice if you just bear with me through that section. I'd love to see coming through there with the different camera views, just to see how sideways it looks. Wheels pointing completely in the wrong direction. Probably one of those sections where it just cuts away to a different scene. Yeah, doesn't do it anything, does it? Oh, there we go. Slightly better angle. Drifting almost. We'll come back on board. I'm not sure why this camera sits so low in this car as well. I'm a little bit higher. Really can't see anything from that view. So I'd love to see the addition of the photo option on console soon. I really don't see why it's not within the console game. I'm sure they should be able to implement it. So definitely a faster lap. I've been seeing that slide. Rear end just stepping out a little bit. This is where you'll be eyeing up your competitors. The acceleration on this car must be nearly 10 kilometers an hour faster down here than the Ferrari. Ferrari's probably maxed out now, 274, 273. So yeah, nearly 10 kilometers an hour faster when we're hitting top speed. This is literally where you're doing all your overtaking. And then seeing what we're getting, 286, 287, just very briefly. And across the line then, for an 810.6, I think it was. Let's just come to the replay. I just saved that replay because I'll get a picture from it. Return to the garage. So 810.6. Just quickly look over the setup. Obviously you could add a little bit more toe at the rear to get it a little bit more stable possibly. 6 on the traction control. And I've seen people running 15 just feels too understeery to me. And obviously loads more anti-roll bar at the rear of the car, which is very unusual for me. I'd usually run so much front anti-roll bar, but this just doesn't turn this car. But you can see there we're running very little rear wing, 94. But you could run something like that, just start to drop this down, maybe something like 87, 88. It still runs alright with 0 rear wing. It's surprising, or you could just blast it all the way up, and I think it's something like that really, running the rear, all the traction, the rear wing. Obviously loads more traction coming out the corners, loads less worry about the rear of the car stepping out. But yeah, I'll just save the setup as it was, 94. All that was the same. Definitely issues as you start to lower the preload coming off the throttle. Does tend to oversteer the car too much on corner entry. I'll just save that in there. It's fairly low downforce. And we've dropped another second off there. And I think we could drop even more, to be honest. So I'll just remove that one. And that's it. Thanks for watching. Until next time, ciao for now.